Came down to Zotac. They've got a lot more going on this year, so let's check out their ZBOXes. All right, so you guys have seen a lot of these. They've got them in all different shapes and sizes. These are pretty modular. You can buy them with all of the stuff, all the stuff inside. 6th gen Intel core processors, 5th gen Intel processors, AMD processors, depending on your budget. Some support 4K, some have, display ports, some have multiple HDMI ports. So lots of options. Sometimes you can install your own RAM and your own storage. Sometimes you can go crazy. You can get them without an OS. Let's check out some of the new ones over here. These are prototypes. We have some passively cooled ones here. The Nano here with Braswell, pretty cool. And this one comes with Intel HD graphics. It'd be pretty good for maybe a living room PC, something you're going to be using as a streaming machine. And the interesting thing here with these is we have USB Type-C on this one. It's the USB 3.1C. We got a couple of those in there, right back there. And then moving on up to this one back here. It's 3C, but it does have the Type-C connector on there. So that's what's going on new over here. This is essentially their Steam box, but reimagined in a different color, essentially. Now, you don't have to use this as a Steam box. You can use it as a computer. You can use it as whatever you want. Now, this one has a GTX 970M inside. Mostly mobile parts, and it's got the Intel. You can get a Core i7 or whatever you want in there. This one has a Core i5 5200 CPU. And with the GTX 970M, should be pretty damn fast. If you want to save a little money, you got this one over here. And this one has the 960. So different options, for different people. 960M in this one. Again, we're still dealing with laptop parts here, but laptop is going to be enough for most people, depending on what you're going to do. I wouldn't recommend these for, like 4K gaming or whatever, but, you can if you want to. Now, these also tend to focus on HDMI. This one over here. This unit here, we're powering 4 displays over HDMI. This is the MA760, and iFinity's working right here. You can do 4K resolution if you want to. Probably won't be able to game at 4K because it does have an AMD APU on the inside. But again, it's going to be a lower price point. So lots of different options with these ZBoxes. And again, you can always grab any of these if you have a main rig in the other room and use them for streaming video games via Steam or whatever service you're going to be using to stream your video games. So there's quite a few interesting options with these. Last but not least, let's check out some of this. Now, some of the storage options in these, actually a lot of these, the one over there with the 970 and whatnot, you can put 2 of the 2.5-inch drives plus an mSATA. Some of these do have M.2 as well, but these here have the mSATA. So lots of storage options here. And also with the mSATA, you can convert that and you can use this as PCI Express. So if you wanted to install, like they have a TV capture card or anything, you can use it like that, mSATA or mini PCI Express. So it's SATA using the PCI Express bus. This is the Nano in action, and I forgot to mention this, but two gigabit Ethernet ports on top. That's really awesome. Got a couple of HDMI on this one, Wi-Fi and everything, but the real story with the Nano, complete silence. You can see there's a heatsink under there. It's hard to see through there, but there's a nice large heatsink under there. You're going to have complete silence with one of these, and a lot of different applications for it. So let us know what you guys would use one of these for. I kind of want one just as a streaming PC and also a media center so I can sling media. I don't even really have a living room, but if I had a living room, I would probably sling some media to it using one of these. Maybe I'll get a projector, I don't know. Inside here, you're looking at 2 Titanexes with the snazzy, it's dusty, the Zotac backplate. Clean that off, man. A lot of dust floating around here, but yeah, 2 Zotac backplates on there. It's just aesthetically pleasing. All right, let's take a look at the 980 Ti. This is the Arctic Storm right here. Probably the heaviest graphics card I've ever picked up in my entire life. So they have the full cooling solution on there, triple fan, lots of fins under there, but we also have water cooling as an option. And this will probably be one of the fastest solutions out there if you're going to water cool. It's not clocked higher than their crazy, Extreme editions, the Amp Extreme and the Amp Omega. But you should be able to push this a lot. This thing is so ridiculously heavy. It's heavier than our camera and our monopod with the lens. The entire thing. It's so heavy. So they got the backplate in there because you're going to need that for rigidity. It's so heavy that I'm almost worried about putting it into standard PCI slot without some sort of a bracket to brace it. So that one is pretty ridiculous. Now let's look at all the regular editions here. All right, now we're going to go through the GTX 980 Ti lineup from the first. This is the stock. Well, not stock, but it's the reference PCB. It's still going to be faster than the stock and cooler than the stock because it has the the fancy cooling unit on there. That's nice. But this one is using the reference PCB and slightly lower clocks than some of the crazy overclocked ones. GTX 980 Ti Amp Omega Edition, one step up. And as you can see here, we have the channels on the fans now. So we're getting fancier with our cooling, and this is going to keep things a little bit quieter. It's going to channel the air in there and help to keep it nice and cool. Now, for the craziest one, there's one in the system running down here. The craziest version that they have available, the GTX 980 Ti Amp Extreme Edition. This one in the Omega, they also have their special power delivery system to make sure that you can achieve those overclocks and keep them going. We have two 8-pin power connectors to make sure it gets enough power. But this is their daddy right now. It's the big guy. And it also has some LEDs. That's the other thing that's a little different in the Omega. We got the LEDs there, so you got the style. You got the better cooling. You got the, it's thick. This is a triple slot solution. It's like 2.5, but it's going to take up 3 slots. So this is a thick card, but it's going to run quiet. It's going to run cool. And yeah, I'm looking forward to playing with one of these. It's the fastest one they make right now. And yeah, the 980 Ti is upon us. Some professional Taiwanese gamers right over here, right? And we're going to play some Mortal Kombat with those guys. I haven't played the latest Mortal Kombat. We're probably going to get our asses kicked. But this is what happens when you agree to, come out to a gaming tournament. I didn't realize there were freaking professionals here. So anyway, we're at Zotac's booth, and we're going to play on the ZBoxes and just see how well Mortal Kombat runs. That's kind of what I want to see. Just how does it run on the ZBox, and then we can get our asses kicked in beautiful 60 FPS. I have no idea what happened.
I am challenging Paul to a fight to the death.
I'm going to destroy you.
You've never played it.
I will finishing move your finishing move into another finishing move, and then you'll die.
You're going down, Soul Patch.
Okay, well, let's see who wins. I can't do anything. I need to strong it.
Get up, get up, get up.
It's so real. Come check it out. Come check it out.
Oh, it's tied up. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't want to actually kill.
Jenny?
I got a brutality there.
That is so cool.
He shot me in the head.
This whole game I've been doing these little
He
like
blew my
cat
leg off and
slides.
shot me in the head.
Oh, you won.
I won.
Congratulations.
So that's Zotac's booth. Now what we kind of want to get from you guys, or what Zotac wants to get from you guys, and I'm always curious as well. Let us know what you think about some of the stuff they're doing. Let us know what you think about the ZBoxes specifically, because that's something they kind of do that's a little different out there in the world. So let us know what you think of those.